What up and what's poppin'? It's your dog Breeze from Fahrenheit 451, part of the Fourth and Gold Network, or burning the books alive. Back with my best bets in the WNBA for July 5th. First up from the Indiana Fever, I'll be taking Kelsey Mitchell over her 20 points, minus 124 odds over on FanDuel. She's hit this line in her last 5 out of 6 games. In her last 5 out of 6 games, and in her last game versus the Sparks, who allowed the third most points. They've allowed the last 10 out of 12 guards to go over their point total. Kelsey Mitchell scores 32% of her points in the paint. LA allows the fifth most points in the paint. Next, from the Los Angeles Sparks, Azare Stevens over her 15 points. It's like plus 145 odds over on FanDuel. She's hit this line in her last 4 out of 6 games, 13 and 23 points in her last 2 games versus Indiana. Her baseline is 13 points. So she's gone over her baseline in the last two, only over that 15 in the last 1 out of 2 versus Indiana. She's had 12 field goals that last game versus Indiana. When she has 12 field goals or more, she's hit this line in her last 6 out of 7 games this season, averaging 19.4 points. Next, from the Los Angeles Sparks, Kelsey Plum over her 5 assists, absolutely smacking this line. She's hit this line in her last 7 out of 9 games with 2 hooks. She had 6 assists in her last game versus Indianapolis. I paired that with De'Erica Hamby of the Los Angeles Sparks to pull down 6 rebounds. She's had 6 rebounds or more in her last 17 out of 18 games this season. 7 rebounds in her last game versus Indiana. You put both of those together, that's a plus 107 over on FanDuel. Next, from the Minnesota Lynx, I'll be taking Wnba Collier over her 21 points, minus 100. It's 120 something over on FanDuel. Hit this line in her last 11 out of 15. I think it might be minus 120 even. Hit this line in her last 11 out of 15 this season, averaging 23.8 points. She scored 24 points in her last game versus Golden State. 37% of her points come from the lane. Golden State allows the most points in the lane. And last but not least, I took Courtney Williams of the Minnesota Lynx over her 4 rebounds, a line that she's hit in her last 3 games in 13 out of 18 games this season, averaging 4.73 rebounds. 5 rebounds in her last game versus Golden State. Golden State has allowed the last 11 out of 17 guards to go over the rebound prop. 5 out of the 6 ladies that did not go over the rebound prop, they ended on the hook. And I'll be pairing that, I'll be pairing that with Janelle Salon of the Golden State Valkyries over her 4 rebounds. She's hit this line in her last 6 out of 8 games, 6 rebounds in her last game versus Minnesota. Minnesota allows the third most rebounds. What's popping tomorrow? The third most rebounds to forwards and the third most offensive rebounds. So, to wrap everything back up, I'm playing everything to win a half a unit. All right. Kelsey Mitchell over her 20 points. Azare Stevens over her 15 points. Kelsey Plum over 5 assists, paired with De'Erica Hamby 6 rebounds. Feezy F. Baby. Wnba Collier over her 21 points, and Courtney Williams over her 4 rebounds, paired with Janelle Salon over her 4 rebounds. Like, comment, and subscribe for your daily sports betting videos and analysis. Let's keep burning them. As always, I'll see you tomorrow. If you want access to all of my plays, as soon as I place them for just 16 cents a day, subscribe to the Patreon. Love, peace, and fish grease. Let's continue to run up these units.